D-Boy Mashesha for the young people. I hope you all are stunned to rise, man, after this amazing weekend. I hope you guys are stunned to rise and amped up for this new day, new week, man. Mr. A11, I hope you do and you're stunned to rise the weekend.
Twana, this is very emotional but very inspirational, Twana. I had a blessed weekend, Twana. And then yesterday, oh dog, I can't say no more, Twana. Say no more, Twana. Mapa Sunday, but as we told you all, but every Sunday it's Mapa Sunday.
Right.
So yesterday it was one of those days.
Sure. It's a beautiful initiative that we always do each and every Sunday, man. You know, it's just a small shandies. You know what I love about Mapa Sunday? Like, it's the thought that counts. Why get your so boom? We just assemble as the official miniature world crew. Go land West, the greatest hood you've never heard of, but now you know. And so like, oh, assemble, do some amazing grub, and so at least for my 10 parcels, we catch your taxi. So shout out to Mr. Ndumiso, man, for hitting us up.
Yesterday we did 12 parcels, not 10.
12 parcels.
Yeah. Nonetheless,
man, standardizations on fleek. Man, and gave it to our brothers and sisters, man, hidden around the city of Johannesburg, man. And so shout out to Pushing Passions. Hit us up, man, on the social media platforms. As official media world, as hashtag Mapa Sundays. And if you want to get involved, man, just an element of just hitting us up. And you can also come to a gig that's happening at the end of the month on the 1st of February. Hashtag Major World Live Super Jumpathon Edition. Mr. 11,
how was the weekend?
well, it's now on my side in Tanga. It was topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy in Tanga. Like, you know, this is just...
New word, topsy-turvy.
It was like, can I just be on the real, man? Like... There's so many things that are happening right now, Antoine. Yeah. And I always get bogged by the same things that I've always been saying year in, year out, Antoine. And the elementary one, are you ready?
That's the thing, brother.
Antoine,
you got to be ready.
Are you ready?
You got to be ready.
I've been trying to be ready, and that's the thing. I've been trying to be ready, but I'm not ready, Antoine. And this is a wee thing. It's looking around, Antoine. Let's just mingle, and that's what I want to do, Fandache, when we mingle with the guests that we have in Tanga. Pela show is an interactive radio show. We push my young blood, and Mr. Senzo Art, Noma the poet, man. It's gonna be a super hella jump of the hella event of the month, Mr. 11.
Yeah, and you know what, Fit, how you gotta do? You gotta follow me on Instagram.
Got to.
It's a11.alone. Twitter a11.alone. Facebook a11.alone. Say no more.
And then if you want to hit me up, man, DIBOY. Wait till I go into such detail, man. Now I want you make sure it's yo. Come on, Atina, man. Aye, D-Boy Mashesha, the truth Mashesha. Let's keep it a D-Boy Mashesha. So
brown milkshake.
Okay, no. What happened?
I'm sorry.
What happened?
Sorry.
But Facebook, Instagram, D-Boy Mashesha, and even on, and then if you want to hit us up, it's Official Major World. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, it's Official Major World on Facebook. Instagram is official.major world. Twitter, it's official major W1. And on top of that, where's the way thing? You can hit us up on YouTube. This is there used to be a time whereby YouTube used to be an anomaly. Boom! Bombastic words. Why is that? You can hit us up that on YouTube and yo, I get my young blood and I'm push up we're not gonna that's what I wanna talk about Vandag. Where is your place in life? We had this is before the show and dance. It's a $5,000, Mr. Touchline.
Hey, shout out to Touchline. He has an album out, and then GT has something to say about an album. But then hey, that's Touchline. Shout out to Touchline. He paid $5,000.
I think you should also talk about weight loss exercise and stuff. But you know what? That's the one Mashesha. The other I wanted to trip before that. Nearly 11, beautiful madness.
Beautiful madness. That's what you are. Inshallah, my 2009 show, you glow in the dark. Yeah, that was my track, Prophet to Beautiful Madness. And then the song before that song, it was Thinking Out Loud. Thinking Out Loud. It was Thinking Out Loud.
Sure. Yeah, by Zostax, man. He'll also be featuring them at the gig end of the month, man. Hashtag Major World Live Super Jumpathon Edition.
Thing is, when you say Nelly CP, people get confused. I see I'm a piano, my fit. It was rap. Nelly CP Mara. It was a hit.
Sure.
Not on my piano. I'm just like clarifying it the whole time.
And can I just mention this quickly, né? one of the sound engineer, Mr. Krikiza, salang zama tricking your house until so did the Vita Vandag on the show until no, I see the piano. It's like house nyan and like in town until, but it's not like type of music until it's like ish Blumano BB girl until a Sunday session.
Okay, I won't Noma will be next.
Nah, ish. Nah, nothing like that. And where's on the topic now? I wanted to trick you know, they just have this thing like Zwagala ntanga, Zwagala. Yo, kupela ka mapasandi on Christmas ne ayintanga mushuvi.
Let's hear it ntwana. Suko bathi sema ba storm down. Nzimshuvu mba. I didn't like that song until ntanga ukuthi fanele ngisho umba.
It's only kuziki. Walalale. Walala. Walalale, walalale, wala. Awekavi. Walalala. Now you know.
My warning, this okay, it's not a house show, but it's my warning. This is a song that's gonna come out. And like it's out already. Ndwana. Yo.
Come on.
Ndwana. People been making memes about it. Ndwana. All I know is it goes like it doesn't stop, bro. It doesn't stop. It's a hit. Go, trap. So I can't wait to
Serious.
My yeah, 20 nice things, but let's keep the show going.
And let it be literal, man. Let it be literal. Yeah. Like when you say 20 nice things, end of the month, end of the month, end of the year, go touched about life, right? For all those people, 2019 was messed up.
Emotional shit.
Like, if it's 20 nice things, let it be today. I'm touched about that. Let's be authentic. Let's damn well be authentic to ourselves in Tanga. Not just in Tanga. Also, business card. Bona, good family gathering. Bona, no, are you authentic to yourself? Are you able to afford that lifestyle?
I think that the biggest topic should be implementation. Because everyone's gonna say, New Year's resolution, I want this, but then implementation, dololo. Dololo.
And always another thing I like to reflect on is like the battle with yourself. This is why there's only 1% of people in Tanga who have maybe 80 to 90% of the wealth in the whole world. Because they fought that battle against themselves, and now they're teaching other people to keep on fighting that battle with themselves. So we're touched with yourself, Raman. Blind
Bettering yourself, that.
Do you push passions by hitting us up right here on Official Major World, man? On top of CP on CP Modima Heat. Mr. Amu. Hashtag right now, baby. Official Major World live every Monday between 2 and 3 o'clock. Brand Live, better know. Passion pushers on fleek.
Man, don't we have to play He's Smart? Every time it's He's Smart. What about
He's Smart? Did you look at his feelings?
He's Smart. Why don't they sing about He's Smart? Pure lad, 100% lad, bro.
This is more of a reason to say, man. Passion pushing. If I didn't until where's the Calava? Look at Bonamikasi. After Bonamikasi, Destiny Man. Destiny GQ. What a vote list. Until a vote. After vote, Oxford Dictionary. Passion pushing. We don't have competition. Competition doesn't exist. The battle is with yourself. Until it's not with Spanish. Something.
Easy entertainment, taking it the easy way out of it. That was snooze alarm.
Yellow.
Snooze alarm.
Yellow.
Wake up. And like you're setting an alarm for 5 o'clock and all of a sudden it's snooze.
You know, that happened yesterday. Until I was supposed to wake up. I heard it and I was like, no, am I still going through my dream? And then I heard it again. I was like, okay, now it's time for me to do it. And then I didn't wake up.
You know what I'm gonna say to you? You ain't ready, bro. Soon as he's pressed snooze alarm, bro, you ain't ready, bro. If you planning to wake up at 5 o'clock, you wake up at 5 o'clock. You don't wake up at 5:01. You wake up at 5.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Real talk.
Happy it was a Sunday.
Okay. I'll forgive you for that.
Sure. My
Yeah.
let's take us to Ghana, man. It's not just us in the studio. We got amazing guests, man. Shout out to Mr. Senzo.
Yo,
911.
what's up? What's up? What's
Good,
up,
man.
I'm good, yo.
He's on the rise.
Hey.
Got the lovely Noma, the poet.
Hello, hello, hello.
What up?
I'm all
Speak
good,
on the
how are
mic.
you?
It's not a bit.
What's the place of having an online radio show? It's
Okay.
and so we should. But utlile tabela Soulja Boy sala trenda jwang. 4 million views within one day. Maro is king. That's him. We need to focus on our guests. And so
Yeah.
they're respectively from Soweto, Lithuania.
Yes.
Yeah, boy, yes.
And then
Yeah.
where
Specific. Okay, you guys introduce it. I'm from Soweto, and yeah, you know.
Alright, I am Noma, the
Noma.
poet, the author, and I am from Soweto, a place called Piri.
Period. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, no Senzo Nhlapo, aka Sense at 911, represent him Fulo. Last Kuma Kong, Nikasi, Soweto.
That's a class.
Ololo.
Yeah, boy. And then how you all feeling today, guys?
Ha ha.
Feeling fresh.
You feeling fresh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel
looking
fresh.
fresh.
Looking fresh. I like the t-shirt. Ipale.
Sisonke yasemzini.
Aye. That's a class. Yeah.
The truth. The truth.
Shoot. Yeah.
So you know what the thing I like about both of you guys njengoba nizile namhlanje is that both of you guys are staunch creatives. When the thing is that you have two different methods of expressing yourselves. And how did it begin initially? Because of in the hood like being creative, it's subjugated, like you need to do more sports or you're supposed to go get a job until. But who inspired you, and at the same time, how did you enrich that love in the initial stages?
Alright. Sharp, like Ikaslam, it's it's like a creative hub.
Yeah.
Because more Tapega, we have an old A2 cinema.
Yeah.
We've got the Art Center in Fulo. We got the Bar, the Five Roses.
Yeah.
And then this is a place where all the creatives come in and just share the platform and showcase their talents. So in Fulo as well, it's the heart of Soweto, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, it is the heart of Soweto. Like it's in the meaning.
It's in the middle.
That's where you find a super jumper on a dish. But the best stars. Let's take us to Noma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, writing has always been my hobby.
Yeah.
And it started by Umamami, my stepmother who raised me. Because she was a teacher at that time. So I had to write whatever I thought about the book, and then I ended up writing my own thoughts, and then that's how writing started.
Yeah, and I remember, you were supposed to pull through Boma last year, and then like something transpired. Mare, like why was it poetry? Is it really? I want to say it's not that huge in SA because I don't follow it on the regular until.
Yeah.
But like, are there enough platforms for you for
Not a poetry
poets?
book. It's
Yeah.
a novel.
Yeah.
But in terms of poetry, sewaba opportunities compared to before, but I still feel like opportunities are organic compared to Nhlapo.
Yeah.
But then they're trying to create more opportunities for poets. But then competitions were slam poetry and the different kinds of poets,
Yeah.
Like me now myself, I'm a storyteller. So I tell you a story, but I teach you something within that story. So I'm not a slam poet.
Yeah.
I will never be I can make you listen to me.
Serious.
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's a slam poet?
I think a little hip hop, but
Yeah, it's more like a hip hop type of poetry.
Oh.
So yeah.
So you feel like they're given more opportunity than storytellers?
Yeah.
It's more mainstream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're challenged now as a poet, to think on the spot. Yeah, unlike Tina Social
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel you.
And then
Okay, the book is about the mental state of a woman before Alashimtuan. With what goes through her mind before a decision, what I'm some food lumtana, like what goes on a woman's mind. Yeah. So I thought it would be interesting for guys, for young ladies, for Mantabatal, because the book it shows that as you come Mhlabeni, you come carrying something, you come carrying blessings and blessings from your parents, So sometimes parents, they leave you in a situation that you have to carry on so that it may turn into a blessing for the next upcoming generation. So it's essentially, as you come into life, you come carrying something that you have to carry on for the next generation.
So I'm sure you did a little bit of research. You asked like people who've been in that situation or...
No, to be honest, I was bored. I was at home, I was unemployed, I didn't have a plan. So I had to create my own escape world from the reality that I was in. So that's how the book came about.
I was the funny thing is that when I was coming here, I was listening to the radio and they were speaking about us as dudes. How does it feel to be as a parent? And and the thing that I'm sorry to say this, but what disgusts me most of the time is that there could be a topic about hi, women, they doing the best. Why are they not supposed to be there? Why are they not making enough money? All of that. And when they speak about dudes, they'll speak dudes, they're savages. If not, how does it feel to be a man, be emasculated? Like I feel like there's too. These conversations are way too diluted. And Rona, we all about like being the change in ourselves. And I wanna like reflecting on what you mentioning about there's not enough opportunities for young poets and something as simple as like a spelling bee, a spelling competition. I've never heard about a spelling competition in the hood.
Hey bro.
And I remember that thing. I used to be dope at that thing, Mara. It's not about me, Mara. Like how many schools are there in Soweto? Just imagine if there were like more spelling competitions, because you are nurturing the dudes and the ladies in literature. Critical things.
There are not a lot of opportunities because of a specific reason, and that reason might lead us to debate the whole day. But there's a reason why of which is bigger than us. So sometimes you just have to, challenge yourself, use what you have to get where you want to.
Sure. And I think Mr. Senzo can mention about that, because he's an amazing
bro. Like that's overrated. He's like, you can't even explain.
Bro. And I remember he told us about the origins, but maybe for the audience who doesn't know, like the origins of your murals in terms of like the eyes, the very colorful aspect about it. Can you elaborate on that?
Alright, yes, I think they was provoked by institutions, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because as an African, I was attracted to color, Amandebele was one of my, references in terms of color, because ekhaya vele kunobundebele, kunobusuthu, kunobutswana, kunobuzulu. So masihlangana kuma gatherings, like family gatherings, you see different cultures come together, abo uncle baphuma eSwaziland, abo mamkhulu baphuma eNatal, and that used to be fun, And also, important for me, it was to get my own signature as an artist, Ingafani namanye ama-artists. Today, if you look at graffiti, yes, in South Africa, yes, in New York, Japan, in day one, one.
Sure.
But now, we have so much Africa to show the world. Therefore, I was like really let me study African art. Let me study about Amamas. They will discourage me with my institutions. I won't mention their names, but my institutions anyway. That has and control the arts, that has African art hidden within their buildings that we as African cannot have access to. So I will go and sketch, bring it to the street and start painting the murals on the street up until when I studied further, obviously, we'll come across Abu Picasso and other artists. Then realize with Picasso, he had to come to Africa to, change his style to become who Picasso is today.
True story,
and then, true story, Brad.
And that's something you don't know.
And I started to say, what, let me start my own movement, and then sort of juxtapose my African mask together up until I came with this signature, which is amasweedi.
Sure.
It's an art movement. It's an African pop art movement. Yeah.
And you've been in the game for like more than 15 to 20 years.
20 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
Young told. And that means vele naninkathi zekwaito.
Yeah.
Bakhona amachito bobake nayo.
Yeah.
Tot wangena like ngesikhathi zabo squatter camp.
Yes.
And like into what I'm getting to is that you've been in the game for a long time, and kunabantu base gaming in the industry who bakcavayo.
Sure, true there.
But the irony is ukuthi you are still facing the same challenges that normal people have in terms of to get the vision where it's supposed to be, because every time when you start to push a movement, there's always institutions that's going to dilute a message. Yes, so much into enikubuzayo is ukuthi like yini smogo in the mainstream industry, because you know soccer players they have such a huge platform. They earn a lot of money. You've got entertainers. You know, I remember I was making a joke with Yazin. Some of the cats now they can make as much dough as they can. They can be mainstream. I'm gonna go to a Pumlong station. Why am I 20 years after, you know, liberation? Young so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, mainstream is mainstream because not certainly today are galleries, you know, like your Goodman galleries, your Everett Reed, and all these galleries.
Yeah.
They're like a mainstream, you know, they're your superstars. They will always be played on those kind of radios because they are promoting that. It's their own movement. But now, remember what Tina says the art because it's for famous, because we want cheese, cream and butter. We want to change people's life using art. Therefore, you know, Kasha, you know, so I had offers which is already Josie and become that superstar artist because of my signature. It's interesting, you know. But I decided to, you know what, bring up over as and empower the young or the upcoming generations. I'm an artist. So what is art and why we are doing art. So the difference is that it's a matter of a decision. Artists which we empower or we cheese stuff to them.
Sure. Yeah. And you know the other things that once you empower the sustainability part, and hence very refer to like about the celebs about banjalo and because you know we in a time whereby like there's never been a time to be alive in terms of like about social media, in terms of you know being a creative. You can make money out of being a creative, and we never had that opportunity. And the sad thing is, we still want to identify sitai or in because of small things and your journey, like what have you been doing when yourself being the change in the community via like to work with the community, like the small is the foundation so
well, there is an organization which is called Kasilami Street Art Festival, which happens once a year, you know what I mean. The important about the Kasilami Street Art Festival, it gives the opportunity to Ama Township artists. I'll be specific why I'm a township artist, because at the end of the day, I think there's so much talent, and they don't have a platform, a proper and professional that is well sponsored and that can give them opportunity to engage with international artists. So what we do, we collaborate with other organizations. It's not what is in the archipelago, but we go to schools and paint their jungle gyms, you know, and engage the kids and teach them about arts. Because then they realize, okay, now you can learn art, you can learn maths using art, because every time you calculate, you know what I mean, and it becomes fascinating to see that the discovery in the kids good time, and the art has to do with this scale anyway. At all. But what is interesting about Ikasi, people don't know where to go to see like a gallery. There's no gallery, Therefore, by painting on the street, we are creating galleries so that everybody can have access to the art, because the art was created for the elite. Therefore, no man go free to get in the gallery, but once you see that champagne and people with suits, you're intimidated. You never go in. Because now self-confidence, I say already, you are born with like successful dream. But now that we have the opportunity now. I mean, we're doing our own things.
Yeah.
We created a gallery, Vilagazi.
Sure.
Anybody can come and see our artworks, from canvas to sculptures. Inviting also well-established artists to exhibit.
Sure.
And host a workshop and teach people what is art.
Sure. And as a I love what you're a storyteller, and Noma is also a storyteller. And because you're speaking about how artwork very began in Africa, and even the cave paintings.
Yes.
We are not the ones who run those cave paintings, those specific heritage sites. It's somebody else who's running it, for lack of a better word. But the other thing is that when you being a storyteller, Noma, I was thinking about, sometimes I need to know the Council of Foreign Relations, the Atlantic Council. They call those things a think tank, and I like the concept of when into it now, because you've got that African element, and you can bring the African element, but those stories, they need to be written down for another 1,000 years, because Konamanji we start as like, the saddest thing about South Africa is that we've got 80 to 90% of the population is black, but they cannot even draw back the lineage maybe 2 generations from them. And so and like have you begun or something like that whereby you just document the stories? Because I remember I was reading this book about South Africa, and they said, like, South Africans, we are the best in terms of oratory skills, and so just to explain like in the and so like we're so good at doing that, and so and we lost that vibe. Like nobody tells us stories anymore.
I think we need to boost confidence more than anything, just yesterday I was watching something and Silo was explaining Uguti, when we tell our story to a white person, like, us white, and after lap, we start so pumalap, sinzim, so I think we need to reinforce the confidence, because the reason why Singa is in technical seasons is because we don't understand the importance of con, and if you don't understand the importance of then you're not going to have the confidence who you're specifically. So if you understand and you fully give yourself an opportunity to expand your knowledge to that thing, then you will do it either way.
And it goes back to insecurities, confidence. Like, I feel like a lot of black people, the reason why they're not confident is because of a lot of insecurities that they have. Like from a young age, like you were told, Guti, a black person can never be in the same level with another person. So if it, like sometimes it's all Guti, you are good at something, but you have doubts. So like they're gifted with poetry. But like you do that, but then as you grow up, you feel like, nah, maybe I'm blind to myself. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that. Because of the insecurities, they start hunting you, and you lose self-confidence.
Can I add something on that?
I
think we also lost in translation. Because ngesintu igama liminisha lokho, but ngesingisi liminisha ubuntu. So is there any example? Because I remember the first time I had an exhibition with also international students. We had Funda Center, and then they came with all their fancy brushes and their gadgets, scanner by a projector. At the end of the day, on the exhibition, our work was stronger than theirs, because now they were limited to according to their teachings. Tina, we were exploring, because as I start mixing glue, nama paper, creating a collage, corner lap more feel like you need some texture, we will sprout nyana and that created a volume. And then what gave me confidence in art, there's no color, there's colors. And then you just need to play with them and blend them to create a masterpiece.
Exactly. And I think just to add on when you said the strongest, it's like the blueprint. No matter what, it's like they can try and come with their artificial things, but then as us, because Tina, we feel it from the blueprint, from the ground. So like whatever we do, whatever our art that we bring,
another problem. Another problem when it comes to art, there shouldn't be any rule to begin with, because I define art in a different way. He defines art in a different way. So if I go to a certain place and they say, you have to do art in this way, that already saying failure, because so muvalele within my parents.
What I know personally.
Like now I'm so touched about living a practical life. Until like I wanna just like about the spelling bee. I'm gonna give that challenge to myself. I have to do that this year, and so to start something small like that, and so because. You know, if I live in Orlando West, hashtag just saying, and then it is so affluent that place. You know, you see the biggest, the best cars that you've ever thought about on social media, and I'm like, okay, why are we still fighting so hard to? I want money. I still live in a shack. You know, we're still fighting towards the government. Mara, you know, if you can take example like maybe like a country maybe like Norway, the taxes is high up there. So when as the normal person in the country, anything that you see, any social benefit that's happening to the community, like you are whatever my money went there. So that's the thing is when I was I can go about the soccer players. These people have been making 50,000 rands a month, a week for 10 years straight. But still, we live in the squalor. It's as simple as if just maybe 10 players, just even 10 players, but for the next 12 months, we're gonna donate 10,000 rand towards maybe an art gallery. An art gallery thing, it's Noma, but touched. And then we inspire other kids. Because one of the reason to say is people blow up with their art. This is a night I blow up because of radio. But the next thing I'm going to say, I've blown up as deep with my shesha, as
about the people.
I forget about the people, and I'm the people. Look, people doing it. Maybe the tough fees. Because I see one. When instead, I've played my part.
And just mention one thing that has been disturbing us for years. You know, Funda Center is one of the pioneering schools, the art, Soweto, right? And for the past 15 to 20 years, they've been trying to destroy it. And then they try to make that space to become a commercial space or a shopping complex or something like that. Even what they do, they send all these lumpens, to come and vandalize the space. Some artists. So that the building is so their friends can come and buy in. So then turn our artistic spaces into whatever they want to do. So I will just advise even Nalaba interested to come and support structures like Abufunda said. You know, we should as a community support the arts because that's where we can archive our history, our stories. That's where we can get opportunities like the poets, the musicians, the visual artists, the filmmakers, and everybody under one umbrella, so that we can push this movement, the art, because the art, it is our story. Let's tell our story the way we know how, because at the end of the day, we have to be in control on telling our own stories.
But I think it's lack of knowledge,
Exactly.
you know, within the community. Because I think if we had the full knowledge of why we need to do what we have to do, then we wouldn't be in this position in the first place. But because so much has been hidden from us, we do what is in front of us and what we think is right. We don't do what we feel and what we know is right.
You know, I think the important thing is that after 94, something I saw is that the community just broke down. There was no community anymore.
There was no unity anymore because before we knew what we were fighting for. So after we have achieved it, we did not know what exactly are we fighting for now. Exactly. So hence we drifted apart because now everyone is fighting their own battles instead of uniting again and fighting this one battle.
You know the thing I like, you know, we always inspire change with ourselves as the young people and so and after this show we're not just keep on watching us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, official Major World, because something coming up, Mr. Senzo.
Can you like speak to Voices Nyana, please, just to inspire the people who are listening?
Do a poetry piece.
Poetry please.
Okay. And the best of my blackness, I would like to remember my greatness. See, love has no color. My blackness is a form of color that radiates the imbalances of my life. My love. The kind of love waiting the parallel passions of love and slavery. Because my blackness is often misunderstood by the judges of the world.
Mr. Senzo, I was gonna say please throw me a small piece of money, but we're not live. Where people can get you, Bafethu? You can tell the people where they can follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Noma_M21. And then on Facebook, it's Noma Dlamini.
Yeah, bro. And then,
I mean, I easy here. Sense at 911. Zongithola kuma social media, especially with Facebook, Instagram. I would Twitter is slow because in Kaling is starting but anyway, again, Sense at 911. You know what does it mean? It means it's Sense Art.
Yes.
If you don't know, now you know, man. Right here on Official Major World, hit us up. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is Official Major World. On Facebook, Instagram, official.major world, Twitter, Official Major W1. And also hit us up on YouTube. Subscribe to us and Official Major World. A11. How can people hit you up, brother?
It's A11, A11 alone, A11 alone, everywhere, Bafethu. All the social media platforms, Bafethu. Today was a good job, Bafethu, and we gotta wrap things up.
Unluckiness.
Good things come to an end, Bafethu. Times get jealous when we're having fun.
I like that one. Now it's the deep with my share on Facebook and Instagram and also I'm on YouTube and I say a lot of we're not until Mara. Release a track after year, release Mr. DJ Sparks, familiar man, hashtag my young blood on fleetness. Truth.
Next week, same time, same place.
Official Major World. Official Major World.
Thank you guys.
Siyabonga, mfethu.
Yes.